Not all at once.
With so many highs and lows in an NFL game and in an NFL season, how important or how impressed are you with this team that didn't get too high or too low with the outcome?
Yeah, that's what this game's all about, in my opinion. Not everything's going to go your way. Some things aren't going to go as smoothly as you hope, and there's going to be ebbs and flows of a football game that, you got to rely on each other to come out of it. And I think that shows the resilience of this team. And we've done that in the past, and tonight we were able to do it again.
When they get you a 58-yard, how confident would you say you are running onto that field for that kick?
I think that's the preparation throughout the week. Obviously, I'm confident in what I do. I'm confident in my operation. I knew with 37 seconds left that we were going to have an opportunity to get, at least close to field goal range. And, in that situation, there's not a single kick I turned down. And, and like we talk about the ebbs and flows of a game, the first half didn't go my way. And, that's what this game's all about, is bouncing back and be able to have your teammates have your back and make a kick like that. That's got to be a top one moment for me.
Did you know it coming off of your foot?
Yeah, I was pretty confident in that kick. Like I said, our operation works so hard. Between Zach and Thomas, they make my job easy. And I told them after my first miss that I wasn't going to miss again, and I truly felt that wherever the ball was, I was going to give it a chance, and we were able to get it done.
How much do you take pride in that? It seems like they have the ultimate confidence in you because of what you've done in your time here.
That's why I'm here. No coach is going to have a kicker he's not confident in. It's crazy. It brings back a memory. And the only reason I thought about today was because Brad Seelig is their coach. He was the Oakland coach my first game ever when I missed a 61-yarder left. And coach stood up here and told me that he still had confidence in me. And it gives me chills thinking about that. And here we are 3 years later. So it's pretty wild.
When you go out to make a kick, do you approach every kick the same? Can you clear your mind of this is a really important kick of the game when you kick? Does that make sense?
I got to be honest, that one felt a little different. I try to treat every kick the same. And I felt like I treated that one just like any other kick. I thought I hit it smooth, and I wasn't too nervous. But obviously in a situation like that, haven't started out for the last few seasons very well, and I knew how big this win would be. So there's a little more weight on my shoulders on that one, but we were able to get it done.
What was going through your mind as everybody just kind of almost dogpiled you there at the end?
Don't step on my feet. I try to stay off the ground so I don't get my feet stepped on.
Running on the field, does no one say anything to you, or did they say you got this?
It's kind of all a blur now. I think we're all pros here, and everyone has a job to do, and everyone in that moment knows that was my job to do. And I don't say let's go to anybody before their plays, and they don't do that to me, and that's just how it works.
When you're in a situation like this where time is expiring, is there any communication between you, Coach Rizzi, and even Coach Payton, the distance that you would prefer them to get you? Like, get me within 60 and I'll make that?
Yeah, I've been here long enough that I think they know that. And in a situation like that, when there was really no choice but to kick the field goal, I don't think there's many that they wouldn't have allowed me to kick, because, we need 3 points. That's it. So whatever that distance is, I think they know that I'm willing to, to give them my best shot.
So are you, when Drew's kind of making those passes down the field, are you just kind of doing the mental calculus while you're watching that unfold, or are you just focused on getting ready?
No, I have my line. I always say at the end of a game situation, my line's 42, and I'll take anything past that. But, when you have Drew as your quarterback, all I cared about was getting ready for the kick, because I knew with 37 seconds left that there was going to be a chance to get a kick there. That's a team effort. I knew going out there that was the situation. I knew that we haven't started the season well lately, and I knew how big that kick was. But that speaks measures of the team, because we knew we had to find a way to win. And I think we had the ball on the 15-yard line to start that drive, and we managed to get a field goal out of it in 37 seconds. And that's says a lot about our offense, and it says a lot about our defense to get us in that situation.
What about being able to come back and win this type of game, considering what happened here last time you guys played in a dome or in a game that counts?
Yeah, it's a new season, and all we can do is focus on the game that we're playing. And just like I approach every kick is the next kick, it's the same way with games. It's all about the next game. And we'll celebrate this one for 24 hours and move on to the next one.
So what's the longest kick you made in the game?
That one. That was my longest. Yeah, I think we had 257s my rookie year, or one my rookie year, one 2 years ago, but that was the longest.
What would you, on the side, when you saw them score the touchdown, what's your process from there? I mean, you know it's probably going to come out of you. You go kick in the 10 to that.
Yeah, all I can do is get ready. Like I said, when you have our offense and our quarterback, I knew there was going to be a chance. And obviously I was a little shocked that it happened, but I looked at Zach, who was sitting next to me, Zach Wood, and I said, we're going to get another chance here. And, that's the way we look at it. We had to be ready. You don't get, 15 seconds to think, holy cow, how did that happen? You got 37 seconds to get ready for a game-winning field goal. And that's what we did. I have no idea. I was celebrating as soon as it left my foot. I honestly have no idea. I thought I hit it well. When you get out in that distance, you do have to drive it a little more. And I told Morstead going out there, give me a little forward lean, and that allows it to open the sweet spot and get through the uprights a little quicker. And I just felt really confident after I kicked it that I was going in. All righty, thank you.
But I think it was a good thing that we had attempted one from pretty much that same spot, earlier in the game. So he had a look at it, and just a ton of confidence. I think for all of us just to get back into that situation where we had a chance to win the game, I think we all felt like it was going to happen. And the minute you heard that ball go off his foot, it was a thundering kick. I think we all knew it was going through the uprights.
Was the Texans defense further off than you expected? Did you change something there on that last half with 2 seconds left in completion?
They really, that whole drive, I think that, first of all, the challenge of that drive was 37 seconds, one timeout, and you want to try to save that timeout if at all possible. So, you need chunks, obviously, to put yourself in field goal range, and I felt like we did a really good job. We practiced that, and I think we felt like we knew exactly what we needed to do in order to give ourselves a chance to win. And big completion to Ted Gann, clock it. Big completion to Mike, clock it. And then get up there and assess what they're doing. And I have the ability to get us into whatever play we need to get into that is going to put us in a position to win that game. And Ted did a great job all day long. Ted, he had 7 targets, 7 catches, over 100 yards. A couple really big plays, especially there in the fourth quarter.
First, second, and 10, did you feel like you can't burn the timeout? You got to get one more play off and just clock it?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a big difference as to your flexibility as an offense when you have a timeout, and then how a defense is going to defend you. If they know you have to get out of bounds, it becomes much easier for them to defend. So it's protect that timeout at all costs, and even though you're spiking it with 6 seconds left, we're okay. We can get the yardage we need to put ourselves in a position to kick the game winner. Thought he did a phenomenal job all game long. Really, that entire front did. I think early on, when you after the first half, I think you looked at the numbers and felt like, man, we got to get back to running the ball a little bit more. Felt like we had put together some long drives, but we gotten some big plays, and I think it was a lot of stuff in the passing game and not necessarily in the run. But I think we finished off with about 180 yards rushing. 7 yards of carry, really both sides rushed. They rushed it really well too. But listen, it was just 2 really good teams going at it. 2 playoff caliber teams from a year ago, with really good offenses and really good defenses and a lot of explosive players all over the field, and just a battle all game long.
Deshaun Watson even better than advertised from what you've seen on film? Just watching.
Oh, he's a very good player. He's so versatile. He can throw the ball from the pocket. You see what happens when he's able to get out of the pocket. Obviously, he's a good athlete, so he can get yardage with his legs, but just his ability to create. You saw him create on some 3rd and longs, and they were able to get out of some tough situations because of his versatility.
Throw a drive like that last drive, are you looking for matchups, or are you just looking for the open man?
Well, I'm always looking for matchups, but because they are playing a bit more, conservative. I mean, listen, every defense plays it a little different, and you're going to see, typically you see something in that situation that you haven't seen all game long. And so you've got to be able to react on the fly. And everybody has to know that, listen, this may be your matchup. It might be your opportunity. Just like it was on the first throw with Ted, the second throw with Mike, and then back to Ted. Those guys had the matchup, so those guys got the ball.
What kind of impact does Alvin Kamara have when he's being so versatile on the field?
Yeah, he's a stud, man. His that one run he made when we got backed up, I think after the holding call, was pretty impressive. In the fourth quarter, he made some great plays, really all game long, both in the run game and the passing game. So yeah, having a guy like him is good for me.
Drew, you talked about matchups. What did you see on the Taysom Hill touchdown pass?
Well, I saw Mike Thomas get a ton of attention, and they just let Taysom run free. I felt like they did a good job, all game long with the stuff that they were doing, and yet, there were times where, they give some attention to Mike, and that'll open up opportunities elsewhere for other people. And on that play, it just happened to be Taysom.
Are you happy to just get this first season opening win since
Yeah, it's hard to believe, right? But yes, it's great to start the season off with a win, start in the positive. Obviously, we know the stretch of games we have coming up here. Here we are in a short week going playing the Rams, right, in L.A., and then up to Seattle and then back here to Dallas on Sunday Night Football. So kind of the gauntlet here for the first quarter of the season. So we know what we're up against. We know we got to make improvements very, very quickly because we need to be playing our best football.
Drew, how many times do you think you've worked on that similar scenario in practice? 37 seconds left.
I can't remember the last time we worked on that. You work on a ton of 2-minute situations, but most of the time it's, hey, you've got a minute 50 and one timeout and you need a touchdown, or maybe you have 50 seconds, 2 timeouts, and you need a field goal. Most of the time you don't have just 30 seconds, 37 seconds and 1 timeout and need a field goal. But I think we do put ourselves in those situations a lot in practice, where you have to be very precise. You have to know how to manage the clock to put yourself in a position to win.
Did you always know where you
He's got a big leg, which is great. Obviously, kicking the dome here too. He's, his first game as a Saint was the opening game of 2016, where he attempted a 61-yarder. I think he had the leg for it against the Raiders. So I knew if we could just get him a little closer, it'd be even better.
Sorry if you got asked this, but the runoff calls into the first half, did anyone make sense of what was going on as that was happening?
No, I still don't know what the deal was. Someone came up to me in the locker room and said that the league acknowledged that there was a mistake that was made, that 10 seconds should not have run off, that we should have had 31 seconds left. Instead, we only had 16. So, listen, that can't happen. That's a game changer, right? We end up having to kick a 58-yard field goal or whatever it was, attempt a 58-yarder. If we had 15 more seconds, are you kidding me? We're going to get closer. So that's a game changer. That can't happen.
Drew, talk about Jared Cook and what he means to the team, that fumble recovery that he had during the day.
Yeah. Well, I think they blew the ball dead, but he contributed. He did a great job. I'm really excited as we go along here too, because listen, we know what Mike can do, we know what Jared can do, we know what what Alvin can do, we know what Ted can do, and now these young players, and now Jared Cook having these opportunities, getting matchups, they're going to be big contributors in this offense as we move forward. Yeah. Business as usual, I felt like he hung in there. He did a really good job. He's got a great group around him. They work so well together. But yeah, give him a lot of credit. First game out to have a game and a win like this on Monday Night Football at home has got to mean something. All right, guys, thanks.